Today we're going to be looking at Neverness to Everness and seeing how it will run on CachyOS. I did have an issue with the game under TAA setting. I switched to FSR3 for the resolution for anti-aliasing. It works very well considering I'm running an AMD graphics card. When I was on TAA, it used to stutter and look like it was going to freeze up, but as you can see, it's running well. Loading times are a bit of a struggle, but that's just my file system because I use... let me look it up. BTRFS instead of ext4. BTRFS is better overall, but ext4 allows you to get better loading times and rendering, initial rendering right before the game launches. So it's whichever one you want more is what you go with. So yeah, CachyOS and other Linux distros, it's more how you set them up and how you set the game settings up regarding your system hardware. Once you figure things out, Linux becomes a better option, especially CachyOS. But my game looks like it froze. Oh no, I was speaking so highly of the game and it froze. I'll just reboot into the game and hopefully it will work better. It might have an update that I didn't anticipate, but let's see if... Wait, what? It says install. This isn't good. Did the game crash on me? Give me a second. I gotta figure out what's going on with this game. I was talking all good about the game and it decided it wanted to bork itself. Well, these are things you gotta deal with. I'm sure it'll be fine. As soon as the game launches, I'll bring it back up. But I'm leaving all this in here so you can actually see real time what's going on. Right now, okay, we're loading back into the game. Like I said, I don't know what happened. It's interesting. These are things that you just have to get used to on operating systems that are not Windows. And to a degree, Windows too, because there are some games that completely crash out on Windows. But I will say, games natively run smoother on Windows typically, unless they're completely borked. However, that still doesn't take away how far Linux distros like CachyOS have come over the years. About 10 years ago, this games to this degree would not have actually been possible regarding being able to play them. Valve has done very well with Proton and making gaming on Linux very possible. So we're loading back into the game. I believe it should work. But yeah, BTRFS load times are a little slower than ext4. It's just that you get a wider range of features with BTRFS. I'm hoping the game doesn't stutter or crash on me. Because that would be bad for this video. I want to show the good things about games, not that they crash, but I have to be transparent, and this is the best way to do it. Show in the middle a game crashing. Alright, as you can see overall, I have to change settings because it's going to crash again. This is just trial and error. So I'm going to turn FSR off. I'm going to turn that on and see if that works. Let's see if TSR works. Because I want to try to show that problems can be solved fairly easy with just figuring out what to adjust. So yeah, as you can see, we're doing pretty good now that I adjusted it. Hopefully this is the actual solution. Oh. Nope. Let's see if I can adjust things to make it run smoother. Let's see if I turn it off, if it'll work better. Because newer hardware, you can get away with doing this if the system is pretty good. So yeah, I would say NTE has issues with stuttering, and at least on CachyOS, stability issues with the game crashing periodically. However, it does work if you can tolerate those problems.